everyone, I'm Ryan, you're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video, I'm going to do a speedrun assembly on a kit guitar. Harley Benton sent me one of their kit guitars because they're trying to promote a contest they're doing over there at Towin. The hashtag DIY Kit Challenge 22, I think, is the hashtag. So anyways, this contest involves you buying a kit guitar, assembling it in a really creative and fun way, and then entering the contest to win fabulous cash prizes. I think they're store credit. I don't think it's cash. I'm sure there's some sort of legality around that, but they're doing store credit prizes for whoever comes up with the most creative builds with their kit guitars. So click the link down in the description to see all the details and decide if that's the sort of thing that you want to do. Who knows? Maybe you've already been thinking about getting one of these kits, and this is the thing that's going to push you over the edge and make it feel worthwhile to do something fun and competitive. I'm personally not a competitive person, but I have to admit, when I found out that Andy Ferris was doing this as well, that kind of sealed the deal for me. I was like, okay, all right. I have to try to see if I'm going to outdo Andy. Like I said, I'm not very competitive, but there is a little bit of spark of something happening in my brain. I'm not a sports person, but maybe a little flash of sports is happening in the back of my brain, in the lizard brain part of my inside. So anyways, will I be able to defeat Andy? I'm also really curious to see what the other guitar YouTubers do with this. I know Perfecto's doing it. I know that that Colin Scott is doing it. I'm sure a few others that I don't know about are doing it. I love doing things that involve my guitar YouTuber friends. So that is a big motivator for me. Anyways, let's crack this thing open and get started. I selected the offset style build because, of course, I did. He tossed the box. Well, the lid anyways. We've got an English manual here and a German manual. Will I need a manual? I feel like it'll be pretty self-explanatory. I'm not going to include unboxing in the time challenge here, the speed run, because I want to check out all the individual parts, and then once I have them out of the box, then I'll start timing. Interesting piece of wood here. It's got a lot of shimmer to it, but it also has like some sort of weird scuffing going on. A little bit of burn there where the bit got a little hot or something. It's interesting, it does have a bit of a shimmery nature to the wood. I wonder what kind of tree this came out of. What kind of wood is this? I wonder if I can buff out that weird kind of like cloudiness that's right there. Not that I want to lean into a raw wood with this, but it does feel like you could do a raw wood finish on it. It does have some sort of clear coating on it. It is glassy smooth. I can feel the grain a little bit, but it's not like a raw wood. Like in there, that feels like raw wood, but this has some sort of clear coat finish on it. Assuming this box contains all the parts. Yep, there we go. Tortoise pick guard. The knobs and the switches and the jack are already installed, so I don't have to do any of that. There are P90 pickups in here, tuners, strings, screws, Tune-O-Matic bridge. And of course, this would be the neck. Now, something that's always freaked me out about doing kit guitars is what condition will the neck be in? The fact that the body is smooth and a little bit glossy gives me hope that I'm not going to have to do any sort of clear coat finishing or anything like that on the neck unless I want to. But I've always been a little bit freaked out about having to do that because I'm pretty dang sloppy when it comes to spray finishes and lacquers and things like that. I've always been worried about the fret ends as well and the nut cut and all that. Like, am I going to have to do a bunch of extra work to make this function, or is it going to be fine out of the box? The frets do feel like they could be a little bit softer. The wood is nice and slick. It's like a very thin matte finish on there. I guess if I did want it to have like a thick glossy finish, I could do that myself. A little bit of a bump. It needs to be sanded out on the edge of the neck right there. Maybe I'll get a close-up photo of that, but that would knock back in like a second with a piece of very light grit sandpaper. Or maybe just like a razor. I could just razor it off or something. It's all drilled for tuners, string trees. I'm pretty sure the fretboard isn't rosewood, but it is something dark. Feels like it could use a bit of oil on there. It feels a little bit thirsty. So anyways, let's get set up with a timer and some very basic tools. I think I might just need a screwdriver to do this. I don't know if I need to solder anything. Let's see if the manual gives me any hint as to what tools I will need. Phillips head screwdriver, rubber mallet, ring wrench, pliers, wire cutter, varnish, and accessories, sandpaper. What's a ring wrench? It has a bunch of instructions, but I think I kind of want to wing it. Oh, the mallet is for installing the posts. Oh boy. There's a little bit of chipping right there around that. That's a bit of a bummer. I mean, this is an $80 kit. So there's only so much you can expect. Yeah, I'm gonna be able to do most of this with a screwdriver, and I'll grab anything else I need as I need it. So let's get started here. Pull up my stopwatch. Have everything ready to go. Screwdriver's here. All right, any bets on how fast I can do this? On your mark, get set, go. Could do this faster if I brought in an electric drill. But I feel like using a manual screwdriver is in the spirit of what I'm trying to do right now. 29 minutes and 45 seconds. It's not in tune. But I did it in just under half an hour. It was parts, and now it's a guitar. The thing that's going to take the most time is really dialing it in, I think. You know, figuring out if I want to address sharp fret ends, which I do. It is a little bit sharp. I have some simple files around here that allow me to pull those in a little bit. Figure out how much I need to do with the action and the intonation, and backing off those pickups because they're a little bit too close to the body right now. I had it in my head initially that I might be able to do this in about 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. So it was a little bit off. I didn't factor in how long it takes to install strings and little things like pulling off the plastics and things like that, but it went pretty quick. I feel good about that. So let's plug it in and see how it sounds before it's all tuned up and everything else. Let's see if I got the switching right. I didn't spend any time looking at it to figure out how the switch worked, like which pickup was going to which position. I might have done it. Oh yeah, I got real lucky. I mean, 50-50 odds, but I got the bridge position there and the neck position there and in the middle. Yep. I did it, guys. I did it without reading the instructions or anything. The action is a bit too high right now. I need to dial that in. I need to check the intonation and things like that. I'm gonna address the edges of these frets. And also, I'm gonna take the whole dang thing apart again so that I can do my own custom kind of messing around, try to beat Andy Ferris sort of situation here. I don't think I'll be able to beat Colin Scott. I'll say that. I don't think I've seen Perfecto's guitar kit building skills, but I know Colin Scott has done some really wild projects, so I think he's the guy to beat. Even though I don't really care about beating Colin Scott. I care about beating Andy. Oh man. This is fun though. These are $80 kits before shipping. Take the plastics off the back of the tuners here. I mean, assembly is required. It is a bit of an IKEA situation here. But for 80 bucks, it feels like it's a decent start to a project. Those pickups right off the bat really don't sound bad to me. And not bad. Pickups sound warm and punchy. I wish there was a bit more twang on the bridge pickup, but maybe raising it a bit more would help that. A little bit of hum there. It does cancel in the middle, so that's nice. How wild would it be if they didn't send a hum canceling set of P90s? I would be shocked and surprised if they did something like that. Right off the bat, I'm impressed. Really not a bad start at all. Obviously, this sort of project is for the hobbyists out there that want to fiddle around with something and spend some time working on a guitar. It is not a cheat code for someone to get a brand new guitar that's not going to need any work for 80 bucks. That's not the way kit guitars work. This is the beginning of a project. I can cut the headstock shape. I could swap out pickups, I could swap out bridge hardware, I could pick a different pick guard for it, I could paint it, things like that, and I think I'm gonna do a lot of those things. I'm not totally sure what I'm going to do yet, but I do have some hardware and some pickups on order. Seymour Duncan is sending me some really fun pickups that I have in mind for this. I have a pick guard on order, but I want to get a wiggle stick in there. I really, really do. And I have a few options. I'm not sure which option I'm going to go with, but I am going to go with an option. There is going to be a wiggle stick on this guitar. Not to give too much away by the time I'm done with it. So if you have ideas, what do you think I should do if I want to beat Andy Ferris? Any ideas for the finish? Any ideas for the pickups? For like crazy switching? For headstock shapes? Anything like that? I'm not saying I'm going to take your suggestions. I'm just saying I want to hear them. All right, guys, stay tuned for the future because I'm going to do a whole makeover sort of video with this guitar and get really wild and crazy with it. Go subscribe to all the other channels that I think are doing this. I know for sure Andy is at Guitar Geek. Colin Scott is doing it, and Perfecto told me he's doing one as well. I'm sure there's a bunch of other YouTubers doing it because it's fun. We're having fun. I hope you guys have fun watching it. And other than that, thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, dislike, leave me rude and nasty comments, support us on Patreon, buy a shirt if you're naked, and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.